Hello everybody, Karen here at KBfibers. It dawned on me last night, or should I say this morning at 4 a.m. that I told you how to join the leaves together the wrong way. I totally missed a step in there, so I will go over and review that with you at this moment. Let me shrinky-dink myself. La 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 la. Oops, that was too far. Where did I go? Uh-oh. I don't know where my fast camera went. Anyway, that's fine. That's fine for now. Oops, let me turn this light on so you can see the table better. Alright, so when you're finishing your last leaf, and you do that last single crochet, because you single crochet your 17 back down, and you're back to the center, go ahead and slip stitch through both loops at the very end. Chain one. You'll bring in your next leaf. Make sure it's facing the same direction. You don't want one to be up and one to be down. So I look for the center line here, or if you prefer the side with a divot in the middle, go with that. But either way, what you'll do here is you will go through the center, bottom center of that one, slip stitch, chain one, grab your next one, other side, there's our line, slip stitch into that one, chain one. Oops, let me get the rosettes out of the way. Grab the last one, make sure I'm facing the right way, slip stitch into that one, chain one. I think I have just enough of a tail here. I will get back into where this slip stitch is on this side. Go underneath both of those bars. Abby, sorry you hear my cat whining at me. We just got back from breakfast and we were away for a bit, so she's gonna be a whiny kitty. That finishes it off correctly. I'll take this tail to the back side. That way you have that center ring. If you do it the other way I showed you, you will not have that little ring in the center. So I'm going to flip this whole thing upside down, and on the bottom side where my tail is at here, getting in position, I will grab a stitch down here, and I will knot it off. If I don't put in that knot, I know it's going to possibly unravel, and then I will weave that in along that edge there underneath. There, now I feel better of showing you how to join that correctly. While we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and crochet. Well, wait, before I do that, I'll show you another way. If you wanted to make all your leaves first, so I did some in worsted yarn here with a size 4.5 millimeter rather than a 5 millimeter. The stitches are tighter. I like that much better than how I had it. And so if you want to make your leaves and want to make your rosettes and then put it together, you can do that. And here's how. I have just enough yarn here because I already did a sampling to make sure this can be still the right way. So with your leaves, again, I look for that center line. I go into the middle stitch here. Oops. I go into the middle stitch here, then I put my slip knot on, pull it through, make a chain one, and then you're going to do the same thing where you slip into the next leaf in the center, chain one, go to the next leaf, make sure it's facing the right way, slip stitch, chain one. You kind of feel like Thumbelina. It's nice to have a table here to work on or work with. Next one, slip stitch, chain one, and then this last one right here where we started. I can see the tail right there. I'm going to slip stitch into that, and I'm going to go ahead and make a knot there. I'm going to pull it down through the middle and to the back. There we have that center circle that was missing. My mistake in showing you the wrong way. I needed to correct that and get it done the right way. My sincere apologies about that. I need to find my face cam. I pushed it up out of the way and I don't know that I can grab it back. I'm not finding it. I will have to do something about that. But in any case, I also started working it in thread. I have 2 leaves made in green. I pulled out many other colors. I think I pulled out like 9, maybe 10 colors. So you can see here the comparison of the original was written for thread in comparison to worsted yarn, in comparison to a light worsted yarn. So I'm going to set those aside. I'm going to get back to this one because I love this color. It's one of my favorites. And I understand it's one of Dana's favorites too. So this is a light worsted and compared to the worsted weight yarn. So even if I move down to a 4.5, the stitching is much more defined with a 4.5 rather than a 5. So I've just been experimenting with that. But let's show you now how to put this with the rosettes. This will be tricky also to write out, and you will see why. And I could understand why this would be confusing by many means. Just like attaching one square to another square is going to be confusing as well. What the pattern has you doing is counting up 13 stitches from your center point down here on the leaf. I find it easier just to count back 4 from this spot and start with a single crochet in that spot. Then you will chain 1, create your picot, which is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, slip stitch into the first one. So you should have a chain 1, a picot, a chain 1, then you're going to single crochet into this corner. So I will be also writing this out. I'll make it in a PDF form so that everybody can find it. I'll link it somewhere in these videos once that is completed, as well as a free PDF in my Ko-fi account. So I'm going to do that a second time. It says to repeat 4 times in the pattern. If you read through the pattern that I linked yesterday, I'll see if I'll try to link it again today if I remember. But in this third one is where you're going to join in one portion, one little thing on here. So you will chain up 1, go into, doesn't matter which one, a center picot on your rosette, go up through the back. Oops, let me get the yarn on the other side. Up through the back to the front, and then single crochet through that, chain 1. You're going to go into this next corner of your leaf and single crochet there. So this rosette is joined in one spot. You're going to set that aside. It's just going to hang there. You'll get the other 3 completely put on before you come back to this one. Okay? So the next one, chain 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, and 5. Slip stitch here. I'm actually joining these in a little bit, well, I shouldn't say that, I guess. So to make a square, this is the process that you go through, okay? And then we'll get to the corner. So basically, when you are joining these, you'll have 2 picots and then you'll join to a rosette. 2 picots, you have the top. 2 picots, join a rosette. 2 picots, because you'll go the 4th stitch down on this side too. This is where you will, well, we'll show you. We'll just get there. We'll just get there. I'll show you up to the repeat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 1. I'm gonna single crochet in the top here. You'll put a picot there. 5. Yep, I had it right. Slip stitch, single in the same spot, pretty much on the top. Now you'll do 2 picots down this side. Chain 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically this pattern is being worked up a lot like Irish crochet is. So a lot of this is kind of an Irish crochet technique where you make your pieces and then you join them together as you go. So that's 1. We need 1 more. Chain 1. Now we do the picot. 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch. See, I put my finger right where I needed to slip into for the picot. Chain 1, single crochet into this corner. However you can poke into that corner, poke into that corner. It's not specific, it's not rocket science. Okay, so we have 2 picots, so this is our point. 2 picots, we're going to join now. So chain 1, we're going to grab another rosette here, and again I go up through the bottom with the yarn on the right of it. Single crochet, chain 1 into the next, single crochet into the next corner. Now we'll do 2 more picots. 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch here, chain 1, single into the corner. However you can poke through. I split yarn there, it's fine. As long as I don't, oh, I lost my loop. I was gonna say, as long as I don't lose my loop, but I did. It's alright. Chain 1 picot, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm leaving my pinching between my fingers right where I need to go for the base of the picot. Chain 1, going down 4, single crochet. Okay, now we're gonna join the next part, the next center picot on the same rosette. But first we'll need to chain 2, again up through, single crochet. If you don't go up through, I find this wants to, the rosette wants to flip over and not lay flat. If you do it up through the bottom, I find that it lies flat that way. Chain 2, instead of counting up 13 again here, I'm just going to count down the 4. Single crochet, do the picots and the chains. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slip stitch in the second one. Chain 1, single crochet in the corner. Chain 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the picot. Slip stitch here. Chain 1. Kitty, Miss Kitty. Chain 1. Now we're going to go into the third one. Up, oops, yarn to the other side. Up through the bottom, single crochet there. Chain 1, single crochet in the corner, and then you'll do this all the way around with all the rest of the rosettes. So you end up something that looks like this. It gets tricky when you come back around because this one's not joined yet. Say this is, if this was my first one, and you come back around it gets tricky to join this first one here back in, because you got to think, okay, you don't want this one, you want to do this one to there, to the third here, and then this one here will go down into the middle, kind of like this. So that is kind of the process. That last one is a little tricky to do. Oops, that's upside down. Sorry about that. There we go. And that's how you're going to join the rosettes and the leaves together. However, when you do the second square, there is a whole nother trick. When you're doing the rosettes for the second square, you can do the leaves fine, join your leaves, do all of that. But when you're doing the second square, I may have to rip out part of my rosettes to join this square and this square together, because when I put this rosette in, it's going to join together with this rosette here. And you'll need to do that with 2 of your rosettes. So when you're working your rosette, I will go back and take the last one of these out. I have to find my end. Here it is. I feel the knot right there. So I'll take this one out and redo this rosette, because this one here will actually attach to that one there. Is it that one? Let me move over here and move this up. If you look at this picture, you will see this rosette and this rosette are attached right here. So when you're making this rosette, you're going to attach. So this one will go there, that one will go there, that one will go there. So when you attach this rosette, these are going, well, this one and that one are going together. These will be attached in a whole nother way, because you're going to do another little piece in here. So another little piece will go in between all 4 rosettes here to attach this one, that one, and the other 2 together. And then you will, Abby, please stop, honey. Then you will have another piece that will go between these 2. You'll have 2 picots attach this end, and actually this end and that end attach as well. It's a whole thing. It's hard to describe and tell you. It's a bit easier just to work it out. So that will be a whole nother video, and I apologize for having to do a 3rd video on this, but I am working hard, because some of this I'm going to have to totally rewrite, because it is written so confusing, and I'm hoping to fix that. I don't know how else to word it, but I'm working hard on it. I want you to know that. And this is just, it's quite the project. It's quite the project. And there's a lot more to just making the leaves and making the rosettes, because these rosettes actually need to attach to each other. It's either that, or you're going to have to come back and stitch these 2 together instead of crocheting them together as you go along. So yeah, there's that. So I will be frogging some of these out, part of that one and part of this rosette, to attach to these rosettes. I don't know if this leaf needs to attach to that leaf, or if it's something you can slip stitch into, but excuse me, sneeze, sorry, pardon me. Yeah, just looking at the pattern is just a whole nother thing. So if we blow this up, you see right here, you're gonna make a whole another picot piece to attach the 4 rosettes, and right here and here and there you can see the rosettes are attached. And the only way to do that is when you're making a rosette to the next square that you attach those. So you'll need to skip one rosette and attach to the second rosette. So this one's going to float out here before you even attach it to the leaves. Yeah. So yeah, we'll get there. Thank you again for stopping by and giving me the opportunity to work through this with you. There's a lot more to it than we think there is. You can't just make the leaves and come back. They get attached as you go. And some of these rosettes need to be attached as you go in order for these squares to come together. And I haven't read into enough to see if these are attached together or if you can get away with doing a slip stitch. Yeah, I still have to determine that and work that out. So hopefully I can get that worked out by midweek next week. Because, well, part 2 of Expression Fiber Arts Crochet Along was released this morning. So I have that to work on as well. So many things happening, and I'm helping somebody else work out a corner to corner and how to do corner to corner. So there's just a lot happening for me right now, but it's okay. We can do this. We got this. We've gotten this far. We'll get farther, but it's going to take me some time to work out the logistics of getting each square connected. It's not a normal way of connecting things. I'll work it out. I'll figure it out. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'm sorry about needing to do the correction when joining the leaves together, but you can do the leaves together separately. I just need to figure out if this leaf was supposed to connect to this leaf, but the rosettes were definitely supposed to be connected. You can't do just a square and a square, and they go together differently. It's designed a lot more like freeform crochet. That's the word I was looking for. It's a lot more like freeform crochet, to where, yeah, it looks like it's all purposely made and it all goes together a certain way, but you're using a form of freeform crochet to put the pieces together in a uniform way. I hope that makes sense. Those are the words I was looking for. So this is a lot more free form than it looks. But okay, I will be back again with another video on how the rest of this is going to come together. I need to work through that before I do a video. I have multiple squares done and ready to put together. I've started, some thread ones. I have lots of thread colors pulled out to do as well. Yeah. It's going to be very interesting. We were talking about colors yesterday in Dana's chat, and it's very interesting. Apparently I need to go give my kitty some attention. So thank you guys again for stopping by, and we'll work through the rest of this at another time. I'll be back. I'm not giving up on this. I'm not going to give up on this. It's a lot more like free form crochet. So kind of keep that in mind as you're going along. I'd love to say, yeah, go ahead and make all your leaves and make all your rosettes. But if you're attaching things together, it's going to go together a lot more differently than you think. You're going to have to attach some as you go, and some you will be adding more pieces into to do. But we'll get into that in the next video, and we'll see you then. Thanks. Bye.